we give it another 3 minutes for any late stragglers? What do you think, Kaya?
I think that would be best situation.
Right.
Oh, and thank you, Sam, for all the MDT Guru stuff.
That wasn't me.
What?
You're welcome.
More improvements coming, apparently.
I know Vanessa found it, but you've taken it a step further, and it's really helped.
I didn't do anything.
Oh my god! Oh, people need to take
Someone
gratitude.
in this room take some goddamn praise, otherwise I will be egocentric and take it all myself.
Can we say a happy birthday to a BJ?
We can.
His birthday is Monday.
Happy premature birthday-lation. There we go.
Oh,
2 days.
Blake gets some credit because he did help me with Vision 2.0, streamlining some stuff.
Yeah, I did. I'm great. I'm brilliant, aren't I?
All right, calm down.
It's me, BJ.
All right. I think before we kick off, does everyone know everyone else? I realize we're kind of all not in our uniforms, and it can be very disorientating.
What do you mean? BJ's in his uniform.
Yeah, B is just having a midlife crisis.
I mean, I wasn't solely referring to BJ. I was talking about others. But if we want to use BJ as an example, then sure. All right, I'm going to take the resounding silence as we don't know any each other and we're all random strangers gathered in a room.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know who you are.
So let me kick it off and then we'll circle Aya, Vanessa, and Chris way. So, hi, I'm Blake Schuyler. I'm one of the heads of EMS. Probably seen me around from time to time. I also help out with MHS and sometimes BHS when the time is right. Aya.
I'm Aya. I'm one of the heads of EMS along with Blake. I help out with. I'm a doctor. I'm also one of the heads of MHS. I often have to cope with Blake's craziness. Vanessa.
What do you mean often? Always.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
My name is Vanessa. I am the head of MHS and do a bit of doctoring, EMS, and ME stuff on the side. I also do a lot of the administration, behind the scenes stuff.
I am Chris. I'm an EMR currently, but working towards EMT. I am also one of the deputy chiefs of PHS.
I'm Polaris. I am a doctor. I'm also training in MHS and I'm an EMR. And I also do ME on the side.
I'm Sally Turner. I'm a doctor as well. I need to go back to training for MHS. I've been having some sleeping schedule issues. And I'm also EMS.
My name's Echo. I am a transfer EMS.
Could we hear that again?
My name's Echo. I'm a transfer paramedic in EMS.
Yep. Definitely an echo.
Fuck's sake, Chris.
So, fearless leader, I want to introduce him.
The supreme
I mean, if you don't know who I am, there's a problem.
I don't know who you are.
Hello, I'm BJ. I'm the director of medicine for Pillbox.
Who's our newcomer?
Hello.
Hi, do you just want to do a quick introduction? It's like 30 seconds.
I am DJ.
It
I have
takes
cool
the
hair.
time.
Smile.
What's your role?
Yeah, what's your role?
What's your occupation?
You're gonna have to
What
speak
do
up
you do?
first.
I just said, hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah, you
have
need
to
to
make
speak
sure
up.
shout.
Yeah,
No.
this room is weird.
Ow. Hello. I am DJ. I am an EMD. I am just recently got my blue shirt. I have cool hair.
Wait. All right. Continuing on from BJ, who was next?
It was me. I'm Cole Markin. I'm an EMT. Sorry. I'm an EMT. I'm also a PHS doctor, and I do ME stuff on the side.
All right, thank you, Cole.
Hello, my name is Eddie Vastone. I'm just a lowly EMT, but I like midnight walks on the beach and dancing with murder kitties.
Damn. My name is Sam. I'm a senior paramedic, and I'm also an FTO. And I've trained some of the people in this room. Actually, like a decent portion, but that's okay.
What are we doing?
Just quick round of introductions.
Hi, I'm Sky. I am pretty sure all of you know me. Introduction done.
All right. Before we get to the meat of why we're here, BJ, did you have anything you want to talk about?
No,
No.
was away on a week vacation, so I am not privy to any situations that have been going on because nothing has been told to me. So we'll assume
Okay,
everything's
well.
hunky dory for now.
All right. Well, welcome. Welcome on and all. All right. I hate to start the meeting like this, but I think we need to talk about one of the elephants that's in the room. As was mentioned previously, a couple of days ago, we unfortunately lost one of our own. He was probably known to quite many of you. He had a very chipper and very upbeat attitude, and was beloved to us in EMS and also PHS. Those that don't know, I regret to inform that senior paramedic and Dr. Broomy Sweeps has unfortunately passed away. So I'd like to just take a moment of silence to honor his service to Pillbox and its department. All right, thank you. Brings me to my next point. We've been noticing a bit of an alarming trend across the department. And there's been a few alarming trends, but we'll touch on this one first. There have been a few people, understandably so, things have gotten quite stressful. And a number of people have been under quite significant emotional stress. It's getting to the point where that emotional stress is so high that people are throwing their morals out the window. Everything that we stand for in EMS, in Pillbox, and as a department within emergency services, all those morals are getting thrown out the window for what can only be described as vigilantism. Now, I just want to make it clear, while we understand some motivations that would lead to those decisions, we will not in any circumstance tolerate them. If you are finding yourselves in these sort of situations, if you're finding yourself with a lot of emotional stress, and the only emotion you can feel is either a mixture of anger or sadness, I strongly encourage you to come speak to us or to seek out some of our very talented and very professional therapists within mental health. Taking the law into your own hands is not the way to go. Everyone understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Moving on to more happier, well, semi-happier thing. Did you want to touch on the next two things, Aya, or do you want me to keep going?
I can touch on the next two things.
Okay.
First thing first. Put your vehicles away. Or put them in the garage below. In Pillbox. It's becoming a little bit more obvious that people are just using emergency lanes as parking lanes. They are not. We're going to start telling them, going to get them towed. The big one that we need to be aware of is helicopters. We're going to start giving out warnings, and then we're possibly also looking at suspensions from helicopter duties if they are not put away. Again, we will take it by case circumstances. We'll listen. But leaving your helicopter for hours on end on the roof, multiple times during the week, or multiple times during the month, we're going to start looking at whether you need that helicopter duty. That does not mean that you won't get it back. It just means we're taking a much harder line on putting these vehicles away. So your ambulances will be towed, helicopters will be removed. On a slightly lighter note, thank you all that helped with the event last time. That went really, really, really well, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. It's not easy, but if you have any ideas for events, fundraising, EMS events, let us know. We'll help you plan them. We'll help you run them. We're not going to say no outright. We'll help you develop it to a state where we can think, yeah, we could probably run with this. And we're not going to let you run it alone. Let us know, and we will do them with you. We'll get them going. On another note, James Morris, one of our EMS, is holding, because he helps with Burger Shop. I think he actually owns Burger Shop. He is going to be running fight night events for the whole of August on Sundays. I'm not sure whether it's, yes, from tomorrow. He would like EMS if this is possible. I will get the final details, but if anyone's interested, let me know. But for the whole, he was just wondering if EMS would be possible to help come and help out with that event. Is it fight nights? No, it's a rally event. Excuse me, it's a rally event. I put fight night down and I meant rally.
I got excited.
Those are two very different things.
I will be able to help Aya.
Awesome, thank you.
I was looking forward to punching my colleagues in the face. What am I
So
going to
was
do
I.
now?
From what I understand, because he's talked about it, he's got the permit for the racetrack here in Sandy, and he's bought all the motorcycles for it. and people can
Great nights would be fun.
would be able to race
Excuse me.
on the track.
Something here real quick.
So yeah, here at the Redwood, we should be able to look at if we've got enough EMS. Maybe even accommodating some parts of that. I've realised on fight nights that Byron isn't doing them at the moment because of the fact it puts so much strain on the services. So I don't know why I said fight night is a rally event.
Yeah, fight
So-
night, the last fight night I helped out with was not fun.
So any fight night ideas we'll just not do. Are you feeling okay, BJ? We're going through a wardrobe change every 15 minutes.
No.
He saw Sam and was like, I need to look fancy too.
What happened to no suits at these events, BJ?
I said you don't have to wear a suit.
Then you're breaking his rule.
I
It
can
wasn't
do
his rule, it's my rule.
I can do the next one, Blake, because the next 3
I-
after will bleed into each other.
Yeah, I was just going to pause for about a minute or two. Is there any questions up until this point?
Nope.
All right. I had a really good segue lined up, and I'm really disappointed to learn that it's not a fight night. So I'm just going to go into this with it was a fight night. Right. So as punching your colleagues in the face is, and it is a great stress relief, probably if you have an issue with a colleague, punching them in the face isn't the way to go about it. So, just to reiterate, if you have any issues, and we're talking very broadly, right? It doesn't have to be specific colleagues. If you're having issues with members of PD, for example, or even if you're having issues with particular members of the community, let us know. Bring them to us. We're here to listen. We can give you our numbers to contact us, send us messages, whatever. Don't suffer in silence because we're generally here to try and help you and try and guide you along the happy path. Likewise, if you've got any improvements, any suggestions for shaping the department and making the department better, well, feel free to get a hold of us, talk to us, pull us aside for a private meeting, what have you. We're always happy to listen. I know I've always said, and I think I has always said, the best feedback really comes from our EMRs and our EMTs. You guys see things with a fresh set of eyes. You see a lot of things that we may take for granted day in, day out. So if you see something, and if you see something that can be improved, better yet, if you've got a suggestion for how something can be improved, please come to us, let us know. We're always open to ideas. All right. Did you want me to cover the next one, and then the other two?
Yeah, go on them.
Yep, sweet. Cool. So, this is just more of a reminder for those who are new to the department and for those who have been with us for a while. When staging comes about, just remember to do it through silent dispatch. So, to play an example, someone has come in and gunned everyone here. It's Sandy. I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility. And our poor people who have just hanging around at Pillbox, suddenly see there's, a whole bunch of medicals. PD's asking you to stage. So obviously you would find a good staging spot. And what you do then is find a good staging spot, lock your vehicle, do what you need to do, and through silent dispatch, just say, for example, X-ray 01 stage. So all you need to do, you don't need to broadcast that over radio into PD radio. it's unnecessary comms, and especially if they're in a situation where their traffic is completely vital. Us broadcasting that can disrupt that and make things generally make their life very difficult. If PD need to, they can always reread the silent dispatch, but let's try and keep it short, try and keep it sweet, and make sure we're not interfering with their operations as well. All right. Quickly pausing for a minute or two for any questions on what we've just talked about.
Is it worth mentioning the fact that the valet is kind of useless at the moment, and he likes to, leave random ambulances around and put your plates on them?
I guess, yeah.
I don't know what other
who
people
is it?
are
Is it
doing.
So is it Greg? Is it Adam?
The gentleman, it's actually at any valet in the city at the moment.
I thought our EMS ambulance supervisor was Jerry.
I don't know what other people have been doing, but I've been dumping my ambos in the water when that happens.
So that's why we have such an expensive bill for any ambulances. It all makes sense.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. I wasn't aware that our valets were having issues putting vehicles into garages.
It's actually a twofold problem. It's
happening with personal vehicles as well. I will.
Yeah,
say
he
that
will say that he's put it in the garage for you, and you'll look in the garage and ask him to bring it out, and he'll be like, "Yep, there it is. It's in there. It's in the garage." But then you'll turn around and he'll have, another one just sitting there over there with your plates on it. It's the craziest thing.
Okay.
Put it away, and it doesn't actually get put away, but it says that it's put away.
Okay. I think we'll look into in a bit better detail. We'll speak to Frank or Greg or Adam, whoever it is at the time, and try and figure out what's going on. Cool. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, it's happening on the personal vehicle side as well, just so you know.
Yeah, it's with every valet around the city.
No, it probably is. It's
Any other questions before we continue?
How's your day been?
It's been great. Started the day with some therapy training, which, for all you who are MHS or looking to cross-train to MHS, I guess a quick plug. Do recommend. They're very helpful, very insightful. Maybe get to learn a thing or two.
Style of our EMS meetings are based on some of the MHS meetings. Thanks to Blake.
I will say that they very much are.
All right. I'm going to take it there's no other questions at this point, so let's carry on. Aya, if you want to take it from here.
Okay, so kind of bleeding into the previous one with staging. When you're contacting PD, looking at trainers and looking at everyone else, when you're contacting PD, give your call sign, so X-ray 0 to PD dispatch. Wait for them to respond back to you. They could be in a 1080, they could be hanging off the side of the crane, they could be in the helicopter. Wait for them to come back to you. Otherwise, any message you give is just going to be lost. And you may have the most vital piece of information that their lemon meringue pie is done in the oven, but they're not going to listen. Safety checks. Something that we really emphasize. Check the medical before you go in. If there's an officer or medic in where the medical ping is, do a safety check on them. If it's a medic...
But Aya, how do I do a safety check, I hear you ask?
So, medical ping comes up. If it's an officer, I will include... I will include the PD in that medical. This is where you don't go X-ray 0... your call sign to PD direct. You'd go safety check, Sandy medical. officer, safety check, Sandy medical. Make it defiant about who you're checking on, where the medical is. You're doing a safety check. It brings. Often the police are so busy they don't actually look for any of the medical pings. So we're often the ones that are bringing their attention to them. One of your officers might be in trouble. So you're checking, you're bringing attention to it. Don't get complaints on this one. If it's a medic, do a general X-ray 0 safety check, medic safety check, Sandy medical. No reply, do it again. If you don't then get another reply, it's normally about the third time, then you'll go over to PD radio and you'll go X-ray 0 to PD direct. Possible medic down, Sandy medical. This is why it's really important that we know 10-7s and things like that, and that you answer your radios, because we will call PD. But when you're doing a safety check, again, it comes into the staging. Do a safety check on them. You could be walking into an active threat, active gunfire, and risking your own life. We don't want you playing those kind of games with your own life. I'm sorry, I like all of you here. Please don't start risking doing that. Or Mama I is going to be very, very upset.
Oh, it took me like 3 weeks to stop getting G calling you EMS mommy. Please don't start that again.
Keep in mind, he's not here.
All right.
Handing back over to Blake.
Yep. Any questions on those fronts?
One thing I've noticed a lot of the time is when I know that bleed through from PD into our dispatch is annoying, and it does happen a lot. I often see people who, for lack of a better word, lose patience with it and will just queue up onto PD dispatch to either notify them that they're doing that or like to radio check them.
Okay. From my standpoint, that sort of passive aggressiveness, I won't tolerate. We are there to work together to drive a wedge between us even further. Let me finish. Let me finish. I understand it gets frustrating. The correct thing to do would be either to contact the highest on duty, as more often than not, they've got a pretty good relation with PD. Failing that, the other best thing to do is just send a quick test message to the PD line. What I
Check your
usually
broadcast channels, basically.
What I usually put in my text message is X-ray 01 just informing PD that a unit is broadcasting to all channels. That's all I need to put. It's very neutral. It's very polite. And within seconds, the issue is resolved. Okay, Sally, you were saying?
No, you answered what I was going to say. Is it okay to send a polite text message to the 911 line letting them know?
Absolutely. I dare say that would be the preference, especially if they're in a 1080 and broadcasting their 1080.
But always contact the highest on EMS on duty to do that first.
Yep.
We don't want multiple texts going to the PD line.
I think
Exactly.
Last night I was the highest on duty.
Like I said, I and myself, we've got pretty good relations with multiple members of PD. So we can kind of be your ambassadors, if you will, your emissaries, and kind of say, hey, look, don't mean to, disturb anyone or cause any ruckus, but just to let you know. And that's all it needs to be. It's just, just to let you to know. The radio checks and passive aggressiveness is only going to add to issues. It's not going to resolve anything. So I guess just to reiterate and to drive home the point, keep it polite, keep it civil.
And Vanessa's also got. I know that Vanessa is often on duty during the earlier hours. She's also got very good relationships with the police.
All right. Is there anything else before we move on to our last items? All right, going to take the resounding silence as a no. Perfect. So you may recall on previously on EMS meetings, we talked about Bolingbroke ICU. We had, for those who were able to make it, a lovely police officer whose name escapes me at the moment.
Bryce.
Bryce, thank you. Come in and kind of give us a bit of a rundown. Just want to touch on it again this meeting. As a month has passed and, you know, the landscape may have changed a little bit, and especially new people coming into the department may not be solely aware. Just want to make it black and white because this is a grey area and it's kind of gone around in circles in various different meetings. So we want to make it exceedingly clear. If a patient is in police custody and comes out of surgery, they go to recovery or Bolingbroke. If they are unstable, and that is our discretion to make, they stay in surgery. Is that understood?
Would you like me to try and summarize that a little bit?
I think that's pretty cut and dry, but if you want to take a better approach, go for it.
Continuous care required.
So, i.e., life support?
No.
Not really life support. Nope. So if they have a bullet lodged that's going to need further care later date, ideally continuous operations that are going to need to happen over the extended period of their stay in the ICU, that is when they will stay behind. Otherwise, yeah, not even then.
Yeah, not even that. If they are that unstable, they shouldn't even be leaving the surgery.
Yep.
So the moment they leave surgery, if they are that unstable, you wouldn't be taking them out of surgery. If they are going to ICU, they are going to Bolingbroke ICU, or they are going to recovery. We're going to make that very cut and dry now because it's very clear that there's a huge area of grey and it's leading to a lot of confusion. So it's either they're in the surgery or they're going to recovery or Bolingbroke.
Is there any further questions on that point? Because we want to make this as black and white as we possibly can.
We did have an interesting one the other day where the decision was made to do the transport to Bolingbroke, but we ended up doing it as an airlift. Would that be the intended way to transport someone to Bolingbroke rather than risking taking them out on the road?
I guess then, and feel free to jump in here, Aya. I guess at that point there needs to be a judgment call on how serious and critical they are. If they're that critical, I guess the argument there is why they're leaving in the first place, right?
I think it also goes from a security perspective of the fact
that was going to be my next point. From a security perspective, if PD are worried about the security of the patient, certainly transport via air is going to be a hell of a lot safer than via ambulance, where all sorts of things can go wrong, even with a PD escort. I think at that point it needs to be a judgment call in factoring in all these different factors. We will respect and honor any judgment call that is made, even if it's the wrong one. Even if it is the wrong one, all we'll do is pull you aside and go, how could we have done this?
With that one, I PD is the one who said let's airlift the 4 ICU patients, one being on life support. But the patient that was on life support is now doing a lot better and is out.
Yeah. If PD requests for it, then by all means. At that point, that would be a lawful order, I would imagine. Which again brings me to another point. Please follow all instructions given to you by PD. They are the ones, trying to manage the scene and trying to manage not only your security but the security of the patient as well. If there are issues or if you disagree on something, please bring it to us. But in the moment, please follow all lawful orders given to you. Anything else to add on that, Aya, from your perspective?
Nope.
All right. Final chance. Is there anything else before we move on? Perfect. All right, listen up, you drug mules. I don't know what's been going on, but I'd like to remind all you filthy drug mules that the only drugs that we're allowed to give out are over the counters. So, pop quiz hot shots. What clarifies, quantifies as over the counter? I think the word I was looking for was qualifies, and it didn't come out that way. Sam, name one.
Advil.
Motrin.
Sorry, what was that other one?
Motrin.
I don't think that's on our list of allowed, but if it's over the counter.
Motrin's
Sure.
ibuprofen.
That might be a doctor
Yeah,
only.
Motrin.
Ibuprofen.
Use generic names: ibuprofen, naproxen, acetaminophen, aspirin.
Yeah. This is a problem I commonly have. Half the medications I know on one side of the brain are active ingredients. The other half of my brain is their common name, those, the brand names. So yeah, ibuprofen is one of them. I completely forgot what you just said, Sam.
I said Advil, but I should have said ibuprofen.
Advil.
Naproxen.
Naproxen, yes.
Benadryl.
Benadryl, yes.
Acetaminophen.
Is acetaminophen on
Yes.
there?
It
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Yep. It's Tylenol.
Tylenol.
Yeah, it's Tylenol.
Again, I was looking at Tylenol as the answer. So there you go. Those are the 4 that are approved in our department. If you can think of another over the counter and you can see it having a positive impact, please come to us. We are open to any suggestions. But anything not matching that list is prohibited unless you are cross-trained into PHS. And explicit permission, I guess, is given in that regard. But for the most part...
Yeah, for that, I'd say keep it simple. Just stick to the over-the-counter stuff.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I was going to say for
it should be a prescription written up. If it's
Yeah.
otherwise.
Giving anything else than over the counter.
Yeah, for the most part, for 95% of things over the counters, if you need a prescription, grab a doctor. If you are a doctor, write that prescription, make sure it's documented well, and then go from there. I don't think there is anything else. Did you have anything else you wanted to add on that one?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I'm going to open the floor now for any other business, anything else that anyone else wants to raise that may have not been mentioned.
I can think of one thing. Refills, leave it to doctors. We have people coming in that are abusing their substances, opioids, stuff like that. So we're trying to keep track of it, keep on top of it, and I'll be bringing it up at the PHS meeting that we need to check the shit out of everyone's ID when we fill things and mark it down that we filled their refill up.
All right, cool. Is there anyone else? All right. I'm going to do something a little different and try and add this to this meeting. I haven't actually talked to Ai about this, so this is going to be a surprise for her as well. Trying something different and something a little bit positive. Does anyone have any kind of feedback or recognition for anyone in the room or anyone out of the room? And what I mean by that is anyone done something really well, really remarkable, or you've seen something you just want to congratulate someone on and tell them that they're doing a good job. It could be anyone in this room, doesn't necessarily have to be this department.
Much as he's gonna hate it, but Sam, with his guru, it's been a lifesaver for not just, you know, EMS side, but the doctor side as well. So take the damn
Yeah.
compliment, mister.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a terrific boon. I know for EMS, I can't speak for PHS, but I would imagine it's been a great lifesaver there as well.
Yep, we're trying to
I can
implement it
definitely
all the
speak
time.
for PHS.
You
'cause
know
I'm
what really
Dr. Otto.
sucks is since I developed that tool, right, and released the first version, I have had to use it one time. That's it.
I'm
So
sorry.
I developed
Become
it
a
as a
doctor.
laziness thing for myself, and now we've got so many doctors around consistently that it's like, oh, I don't have to use it anymore. God damn it.
Then become a doctor.
It makes explaining
Yes,
the
cross train win.
It makes the explaining the MD team very, very simple for people. Very simple for EMRs. It's very laid out. It's very, here it is, boom, boom, boom. So well
Oh, wait till
done.
you see the next version.
Ooh.
Yep, it looks pretty. We need to get him the image like the same in the background of the entity. Ugh, can't word. Dying.
But, you know, thank you for doing that. It has made life so much more simple.
Good, you're all welcome.
All right. Was there any other feedback or recognition to be given out? Trainers, this may be an opportunity to give some feedback or recognition to some EMRs or EMTs.
This is...
Oh.
Sam is
grabbing
doing
someone, but-
exercises.
Yep.
No, sorry, I was
F-
trying to
Sam's
think for a moment.
doing squats.
I want to say thank you to our trainers. Like,
I want to say thank you to our trainers as well.
You are a trainer.
I know, but some of the up and coming trainers that we've had recently, like Thomas and oh my god, I'm so bad at names.
Nathan.
Nathan. It's been really nice having them around at the sort of same times I am to help out with training the EMRs. We've had a lot of EMRs lately, and I think they've been doing a fantastic job.
Wow, I'm gonna
Both
throw-
sides have been killing it with fucking training. It's
Can
been
I
great.
throw something at you now?
I'd rather you didn't. It might hurt.
Is it heavy?
It's just a paper ball.
Would be pretty funny.
Who's been helping you train there, Sam? Play your victim for your trainees?
Oh yeah. Sally plays my medical dummy.
Dummy.
Yeah. So she helps out a lot with training too.
But yeah, I guess to reiterate what I was trying to say, all of our trainers, whether they are present or not, have been doing a phenomenal job. We're super proud and super happy, and you know we see it. We see it with our next generation EMTs and paramedics. Honestly, I'm at a loss for words. It's such a stand-up job. Well done, guys. You deserve a pat on the back. All right. that brings us, I think, to our last item, unless there's anything else. Nope. Okay. Someone's phone ringing.
No, that was me trying to do a cricket sound. Sorry.
I think there's a cricket in the room.
All right. How are we doing this, Aya? Are you good cop? I'm bad cop. Are you bad cop? I'm good cop.
It's a bird.
You can be bad cop.
I'm bad cop.
Yeah, you're bad cop.
All right. Am I taking lead on this one?
Yup.
Okay, it's long as not.
Hey,
Wow,
you're a
where the
little
fuck
late.
have you been?
You're late.
If you saw how much my brain has been doing this morning, you'd be surprised I even got here.
That's okay.
Hey, Rupert.
I'll just get the last bit and then I'll get the notes for the first bit.
That's okay. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you, buddy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hi, I'm Samuel Rains. There you go.
What's your
Hi.
occupation?
Occupation? I sleep in the janitor's closet.
I know that.
Oh,
That's
wow.
not
Seems
a
legit.
lie now.
Yes, we have to have words about the IMS where they sleep.
Yeah, what the hell's going on, guys?
We're not allowed to sleep in the break room anymore?
I mean, we have perfectly good hospital beds.
Hey, have you slept
but those
on
are for
them? They are
patients.
uncomfortable as fuck.
I mean,
What?
they're more
No, they're
comfortable
not.
than the.
Yeah, but imagine waking up next to someone who's in the ICU at the same time.
I mean,
You know
you
what
just
the best thing is? Sleeping in the shower.
guys, we have like 6 floors. Pick one.
The elevator only goes to 2 floors, though.
Well,
The
that's
buttons are all
why you
broken for
use
the other
little.
ones.
Use your swipe card to get access to the other floors. Forehead.
Try and find the
Ah,
goose.
honestly.
The goose is loose.
Yeah.
Well, there are 2 of them now.
What?
Oh, and a cat running around the hospital as well.
Uh-huh.
It's not a
Oh,
cat.
great.
It's a fucking murder cat.
It is not
It's
a
a
murder
kitty.
cat.
So, spoiler alert, BJ, your hospital's turned into a zoo.
Yeah, there was a
see that.
moose inside of the lobby at some point.
A what?
A moose
There was several
and
insects as
a
well.
few. Yeah,
Someone
like
brought the Trent trailer.
yeah, and there were
There
like
was a
there was
seagull called Jerry.
seagulls. I gave him steak knives.
I have
fine.
no
Hey,
words at
BJ.
all.
You gave a crab a gut knife.
Yeah, I also gave the
BJ.
crab a steak knife.
BJ, we might need to call the exterminators again.
It's like
I'm not paying for that
mini
again.
lightsabers
You know what?
for
I'll just
the
take them all to my
crabs.
house. It's fine.
I'll take
Just
the
I'll
put
shove them all in my
Desi up
apartment.
there when she's hungry. I'm sure she'll solve it.
Yeah,
All right.
Desi lives in our vents for a reason.
Yep.
Moving on
She's
to
been
important
absent.
business. Cole, can I have you step into the circle, please?
Sure.
All right, Cole. The tribe has spoken. I need everyone to point at Cole and shout shame.
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 Comfortable here.
Shame.
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 Do we have
Cole.
to put the
I
medical
don't enjoy
flashlights
doing
out?
this.
Shame.
When do I
Cole,
tell them
do you know
it's
what
fine?
you've done?
No.
Huh. Well,
Is it
allow me
exit
to
for
tell
doing
you,
my
I've got this
job?
long list. All right, where do we begin? At this beginning, I guess. Cole Markin, am I
Perfect
saying that
place to
right?
start.
Mark.
All right, Cole. Markin. Cole, there's no real easy way of saying this, except I think there is. Quite honestly, I think you've been doing a top-notch job. I've seen you out there. I'm seeing you get really involved in the community. and really becoming your own. An incredibly strong EMT, and you're incredibly strong with patients as well. You've been doing a fantastic job. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say anything else. It's been absolutely terrific. I'm going to hand over to Aya in case she's got anything she wants to say and add.
You've been working really hard. We've seen you come back and put a lot of effort in and dedication. And it's been noticed. And that's why we're doing this.
So, Cole, shame on you for becoming a paramedic. Congratulations.
Oh, I thought we were going to harvest his organs.
I thought it was about shame on you for wearing the wrong uniform.
Yeah, shame on you for not.
Well, I mean, it's a bit hard when we're all out of uniform.
Yeah, it's a bit hard.
Technically, this is my uniform.
Who's spooling up the helicopter?
Oh right,
been
we need
no
to
way.
throw him. We need to throw him out of it, don't we?
No,
No,
we only did
no.
that. We only did that
Don't
for
do
one.
that.
Oh,
We will do no such thing.
Oh, I got tired.
Aw.
Please don't do that.
And
Alright,
even then, Sean
congratulations,
decided to
Cole.
jump out.
Sorry about that.
Thanks.
Chase did it, and he's not even EMS.
Well, PD always
Alright.
does each other.
Can't believe Vanessa threw him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. That is going to be the end of our meeting for this month. I guess for everyone else, and from me, the last month has been it's been a bit difficult. Definitely, there have been times where it's felt like we could drop a nuke and it would have very little effect. It's been hard. It's been difficult, but for everyone that has helped or contributed in any way, it's been appreciated. It's certainly been great working with you, with the ones I'm able to work with, the ones who I haven't been able to work with. I hope the opportunity presents itself soon. From a PHS side, it's been terrific bumping into the doctors and nurses. I'm sorry that I'm always have my head run off and running around like a chook.
How dare you?
I know. But for the ones that I have been able to stop and have a conversation with, it's been a very nice conversation, and I've enjoyed that start and end to my day. So thank you all.
Yep, no more volunteering for Burning Man for you.
We won't talk about that, Chris. I think that's
Yep.
better. Something's better left unsaid. Aya, did you have anything to wrap us up?
Just keep doing awesome jobs. If you have any questions, any improvements, any worries, just come to us, talk to us. We're not scary. Well, Blake is when he's doing an accent, but we're normally not scary.
Wait, he does an accent.
what kind of?
Always, he literally always has one.
I'm feeling very targeted, and I'm feeling like there's an air of
Appreciate you.
hostility.
Hey,
I don't
for once
really
it's not my
care for-
accent being.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Hell yeah.
You're awesome.
Oh, I'm Sky.